Your success is not linear. The way you operate likens to a force of nature, specifically the tides that are pulled by the sun and the moon. You have an ebb and flow to your energy. You have like an inward expression and an outward expression that you shift in between. And this is very apparent when people are getting to know you. It's something subtle. Somebody would actually have to be very interested to kind of like notice the distinct rhythm that you operate in. But once a person does notice, it kind of like, I don't know, blows their mind a bit. You're kind of like the wave particle duality, and how when it's free floating in space, it's both until it's observed and collapses into either or. People feel like that you have this kind of, I don't know, these orbiting possibilities, these seeds that you've planted, and all you have to do is observe one carefully, put thought into it, and actually step out with it. And I don't know, like stand behind the idea. And once you do that, you achieve it. And people are always amazed by how you seem to go in and out of active public life. You have this ability to kind of like pull all of your energy back into yourself to figure something out, and without anything collapsing. It's like you have a very, like an equilibrium in your life. So let's just get into this. Spirit, please let the collective that's watching this video get the information and the wisdom that they need to hear from the highest source, from the true source. Thank you. Look, we have the star on the split. The star is perfect for this collective. The star talks about mainly, like the definition of the star is basically you have come from a period of true heartbreak and pain to the point where it's brought you down to nothing, to your core of who you are. And from that core, from that seed, birthed a new version of yourself through healing, essentially. It's about finding your purpose. You know how in stars they're constantly undergoing fusion. It's like you've started going under fusion. It's giving me the integration of the shadow, because you know how fusion is taking two things and you need to use fervent universal level heat to combine them, right? And the shadow and the conscious mind, though it's not exactly the same, I feel like the analogy or the metaphor, whatever you want to call it, kind of fits here, to where like two things that should not be combined, that are essentially at times opposed, shouldn't be unified, are unified. And you've done that through this process of not allowing even the world's like toughest, meanest, nastiest things it does to break you in any meaningful way. All it did was reduce you down to the core of who you are. But it just turns out that the core of you is like a star, right? This world cannot have any true effect on who you are. And that's what Spirit wants you to know right now. Your success is not linear, because you're not operating on the same wavelength or path as most of the people in your life. I feel like that you have a specific path, right? Look, we have the World and the High Priestess here, along with the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Pentacles, right? This is basically, I got, with the Knight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, I got a message of abundance. With the World and the High Priestess, this is about like your ideas. This is about when you do feel like to disappear, to go into that cave of yours, to actually sort things out. This is literally like what's going on eludes people's sight, and then when they finally see it, they're always shocked by the level of detail, the level of care that you have, that you put into yourself and development. That's what this is. That's why people, I don't know, like you're treated differently for a reason, because you operate differently. There's plenty of people who misunderstand you, or who seek to co-opt the type of energy you bring to your creative expression for themselves, but it doesn't work. You're too self-focused sometimes, but also there's something about like you're not letting anybody influence the way that you think, which is strange, because I feel like people in the past felt like they had input, but you're showing that you know exactly where you're going and you're not leaving room for input. not from anything outside of you technically. And people were hoping, they're like, oh yeah, that'll go very well, but it has for you. It has for you. The more you have kind of relied on your natural state of going within when you feel the need to withdraw, right? Instead of letting the world make you feel guilty for that, or make you feel, I don't know, like, because you know, like you have a way of recharging yourself that sometimes gets under the skin of the people around you when they don't necessarily know how you do it or have the same way themselves, right? Like it's like a, I don't know, people feel like you got some knowledge that they need, but what it is the integration of the shadow. Essentially, that's what allowed you to start fusing your life into greatness, transmuting your life from one that was bad. That actually, let me not say bad, because it brought you to this point. It was one that was disordered, chaotic, and you came in and you ordered it, right? Through your actions, through your refusal to abandon certain parts of yourself, right? Even though that society or past experience, for some reason, like they clashed, right? These aspects of yourself, but there's like, you have this intuition, this deep knowing that these parts of yourself can be rearranged, they can be transformed, and the worst thing would be to get rid of them, because you're losing your fuel sources, you're losing your creativity, your connection to nature, to connection to the spirit, right? Like you kept it all for better or worse, and it just turned out that it's getting better because you're figuring out how to order this chaos that was given to you, essentially. Like, hey, here, deal with that. And you're like, okay. And you're dealing with it. Not only that, that's what this is. Look, ordering chaos with this, your mind, the way that you think, and you're thinking so clear right now that these obstacles that have always been there for you are now becoming surmountable. Not only that, conquerable. If this is resonating with you, don't be afraid to hit that like, subscribe. It really helps. Turn on the bell notifications if you like my readings. The Seven of Cups and the Knight of Cups. This is giving me that. Once you make your choice, like maybe some things, some timelines collapse, right? Because again, choices matter, cause and effect, rhythm, all of that has outcomes, has outputs. And I feel like that when you do choose one, a lot of the times you would think that would lock you out of other things, but again, you have this weird nature about you to where you can open doors of possibility even though others have been shut. So it's like you'll make your choice. This may lock you out of some storyline, some character arcs, right? But then it's like once you finish up whatever you chose, you still have open pathways, and they keep like just popping up because you just make good ass choices. Like you are on a true journey of self-exploration, and it needs to be written about. I swear it needs to be written about. But yes, collective, that's what you all need to know. I'm gonna get 2 more cards for us, see what we got going on. Also, if you would like a personal reading, all my links are in the bio in the description. This is YouTube. I only have 1 social media, or no, 2, TikTok and this. So if you're seeing this video anywhere else, sorry. Anyways, let's see. These past 2 cards, look. The Queen of Cups, the Tower, and the 6 of Cups. Life's challenges, the heat and the pressure life applied to you did not break you, did not turn your heart into a void. It turned it into like a fusion reactor. I'm telling you, you withstood the pressure of the fire, and this is the reward. You got energy and abundance, and you got creativity, ideas. And it doesn't matter if you want to be a creative on the internet. It doesn't matter if you want to do something in the corporate world, or if you want to own your own business. Spirit is saying that if anybody is going to do it, it's going to be this collective. It's going to be you watching this video. So yeah, you already know who you are.